We live on my end.
Pop's crib. Pop's crib.
That sounds cold though, nigga.
I ain't saying it yet. I'm
You
gonna check
gotta
it
go
out.
and watch that shit.
Check it out. Yeah, buddy. You already know what it is. Old Heads, episode 41. You already know Glenn Rice. If you don't know, you better check him out. Charlotte Hornets young people, Michigan Wolverine young people with some old heads over here. So we talking that old head, that all that old school basketballs. But Glenn Rice, man, check him out. Old Heads, episode 41. Great day to be alive. We coming a little earlier today. As you see the brother looking fresh, man. I gotta go get dressed. We got actually awarded a Black Excellence Award. Super blessed, humbled. So after this, we're gonna be going to that, man, and hopefully enjoying ourselves and meeting some good people and talking some sports. But let me go ahead and get started. I'm your co-host, Omar, aka O'Milly, aka that dude, aka Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. And I'm gonna go ahead and kick it to the brother over here so he can introduce himself, so we can go ahead and hop right into episode 41 Old Heads.
Man, Hendo, man, aka French Loaf, aka Best Rapper Ever, aka Black Excellence. Man, it's just I'm glad I had a bunch of names this summer, man.
You do. I see. But Old Heads, man, like I said, episode 41, we're gonna go ahead and hop right into it. The NBA All-Star Game. How did you feel about it, Hendo? How'd you feel about that All-Star Game?
The All-Star Game?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was, well, my man, the coach said it was the worst defensive game he's ever coached. It was the worst defensive game I've ever witnessed in my life.
Really?
I mean, damn.
Team Giannis 184, Team LeBron 175. I believe it was the first time LeBron lost.
It was.
Since he's been the captain. So I was happy to see Giannis, get the trophy and this and that. That was super cool.
It was nice to see Giannis win something other than the championship. You know what I'm saying? Get some accolades. Always love seeing that brother get another accomplishment under his belt because I kind of favor Giannis a lot. I think he has a very, very bright future still ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? As far as he's gone right now, I think he has just leaps and bounds more stuff to do. But I thought that game was sus. It was funny to me that the only person, not funny, I don't wish injury upon no, but the only person that got injured in the game was LeBron, who was trying to play defense and trying to get a block. And he was the only person that got injured.
That's a good point.
And that was crazy because normally LeBron trying to score, but he was in there trying to get on his defensive genie stuff and ended up taking the L both ways. But, that defense
I guess a better question is, what can the NBA do to make the NBA All-Star Game more competitive? I mean, because if you go back and you look at, I don't know, I'm always looking at older footage, and I was looking at even that 2001, game. I was looking at that 98 game, that 97 All-Star game. Guys are out there really trying to put your arm through the rim. I remember Shaq dunking on, David Robinson.
Yeah.
It felt more personal. Even if it wasn't kind of like the first and second quarter, by that end of the third, fourth quarters, you can kind of see guys starting to clamp up and see, okay, we want to win this game. It seemed like it meant something. I don't know where that changed.
Two ways to change. Just the type of ball that's being played. I always believe this. Into the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, basketball in general to me was just more competitive because the league wasn't a brother league. Everybody was out for theirs. Every specific person that was a star was literally not trying to link up with another star, and they were trying to just prove it they own and take whatever they had made genuinely themselves and take it to the top. And I think that's why there was just no like brotherly love. Everybody was going at everybody because this was their chance to show them like, look, you voted us in. I dunked on your favorite player, so I got to be better now. Like there was more bite to them. Right. Now everybody, I've seen players on there. They was on defense. They just let it go ahead, do the three. Shoot the three. Go ahead, shoot it because. They look at hey, we just kicking it, man. We ain't, they just hanging out. They all buddy. They chummy. Brothers. Right. It's everybody's little brother league. That's what I say. It's LeBron's little brother league. That's what it feels like because everybody is just cool with everybody. There's no bite to them. Mm-hmm. That's why when John Morant was going through his little trials and tribulations, talking his little bit smack, that's why I was kind of encouraging because to me, that's him kind of bringing that type of energy back. Like, yeah, we might be at the All-Star game playing, but when I see you back on that court on next Wednesday, man, I'm at you. Like, and I just wasn't getting that vibe. It was a lot of kicking it, a lot of hangout. They was treating it, you know what I'm saying? It used to be a staple, but now it's a vacation. Yeah. A lot of them guys were just hanging out, kicking it, enjoying the time, seeing celebrities.
I personally think, I mean, I couldn't say it any better. I think one way to make it more competitive, I don't think money anymore would help. I think maybe back in the 80s, that might help if you say, hey, we're going to put, $1 million suitcase out there, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the court, and we're going to split it up between all 12 guys. That might be a little motivation. But now guys are making so much money.
Right. I
don't think that's going to make a difference. But one thing I do think would make the game competitive if they broke it up and instead of I would love to see it go back to being East-West, and that still might not be as competitive, but one thing I saw that I think was a great idea would make it world versus USA. I mean, world versus USA. So you would take the best players in the world, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, against USA, LeBron, Tatum, Ja Morant. Then I think that puts more or less pride on the line. Like, nah, fam, like this is basketball. You know what I'm saying? This is where it originated. You guys aren't better than us. So I think that would make it more competitive. Now for some players it doesn't matter. Guys like Giannis are gonna play hard regardless. Guys like Ja Morant, they're gonna play hard regardless. But some guys who, can kind of turn it off and on, it's not going to happen like that.
I think, I just think that the All-Star is just a outdated event, to be honest. And I'll probably catch a lot of slack from this, but these guys, they don't take the All-Star game that serious no more. And then I hear, when I talk to people about, lack of effort, they say, well, these guys are getting paid millions. Do you think they really care about this All-Star game when they're thinking about their season? Some of these guys get reduced minutes so they don't get hurt. And a lot of guys are kind of worried about getting injured, even though there's no defense being played. A lot of these guys are still, have that injury and it's still in the back of their mind, and what if they do? So a lot of these people don't go 110%. And that's why the defense doesn't really get played. Because you'll 10 times see a person get hurt playing too good of D than they do too good of offense. It's very rare you'll see somebody dunk and hurt themselves compared to like trying to stay in front of somebody and catch an elbow or a knee to the thigh or bump knees and now they're out for 2 or 3 weeks, with a knee contusion. Right. That's usually on defense. And that's what it is. Back in the day, you could do that because it was another game to them guys and they was trying to get that money. But now these guys are already paid. They solidified. They're more worried about getting championships. And this is just another notch on the game. And a lot of them guys just don't take it serious. The only things that really get taken serious is the celebrity game because they'll never be on the court again. The celebrities, with due respect. I mean, there are some WNBA players on there.
Yeah, of course.
But with just the celebrities, more or less, I'm talking about, not the actual lady players and stuff. The 3-point contest, because that kind of puts you as, the best 3-point shooter for the year.
Talking about, actually, I love you brought up 3-point contest. Do you think the 3-point contest should be the premier event All-Star Weekend?
I mean, at this point...
now don't salute, man. Matt McClone, I picked him to win. B.I. who's not here, man. We're going to talk about that at the end of the show. But Yeah, man. Matt McClune, I picked him to win. Salute to you, young man. Actually, second Caucasian brother.
Mine, Brett Berry.
Yeah, Brett Berry.
Shout out to Brett Berry.
From the free throw line, and he had
hey,
on
hey, with his hands over his eyes?
No, I don't think he did. He might have. I know he won it with the free throw line.
I think he did the thing to try to
he might have.
I think he did.
And I do remember him having on his warm up like Larry Bird. So that was dope with Brent Berry, but one for the free throw line. But salute to Matt McClune. But with Steph Curry and the way he's kind of changed the game of basketball, and everyone wants to shoot the three, and the three ball has become so exciting. Do you think the 3-point contest has become the premier event? I mean, after the show, you and Biat sat here and watched it in the basement. You know what I'm saying? I felt like great camaraderie.
Oh, man. Shout out to Dame, too, who I called was going to win it.
You did call it.
It was Dame time.
You did call it. Shout out to Dame, man. Shout out to Dame. He had a big All-Star game, too.
I think right now...
Because I think so.
I'm kind of leaning towards that. I feel like the dunk contest has kind of been watered down the last couple of years. You know, shout out to everybody who's won them, but, you know, it's just not what it used to be, you know, hands down. But the 3-point contest is probably the only one that's really stayed consistent. We know minor additions of a few little extra spots on the floor. But to me, I think that's way of a more competitive thing. I mean, it's just you shooting at balls. Can you make it or not? I mean, you don't get much simpler than that. And it's consistent. Like, I probably watch the 3-point contest every year more than I watch the dunk contest anyways. And just because I didn't like the formats of what they were doing with the dunk contest when they tried moving around, I figured, you know, likewise mine could have came up with a better idea of how to make that a little bit more interesting. But whatever. But
I don't know why we only got 4. Like, when you look at the old dunk contest, it was like 8
motherfuckers. It was 8 people.
Like 8 people compete.
But
then it went down to like 4. And
because it's a shortage of what they call true dunkers because everybody's a shooter. Everybody shoots. That's the whole thing. You don't have as many explosive dunkers. And then the dunkers that we do want there don't come. Like I still said, I still want to see.
I can't believe Shaden Sharp wasn't there. I think he would have won hands down.
I still want to see LeBron in the dunk contest. I still want to see Ja Morant in the dunk contest. Like, the names that we want to see, that we used to see, like, if this was back in the day, Ja Morant would have been out there. And LeBron would have been out there. He'd been out there with Sean Kemp. He would have been out there with all them good thugs. He'd been out there with Dominique. They would have been out there. But see, now the premier thing is shooting.
Do you think they aren't out there because they're afraid to fail?
It's dunking, bro. It's dunking. You can't fail at dunking. You made it this far because you've had some of the best dunks we've seen. You haven't failed when you make it. You the top 8 dunkers. That's not a failure to me. That's an accolade. Out of all the dudes dunking this year, you was in the top 8 of them, and we voted that. Like, you a good dunker of your peers and of other people. That's an accolade. I mean, granted, you don't want to be number 8. You'd rather be number 3, 2, or 1. But at the same time, there's how many players in the NBA, and out of all of them, you in the top 8. That's a good percentage. I would take my accolades, and I don't see it as like a failure or how you could get hurt dunking. I just see people just don't want to be into another thing because they'd rather be out here kicking it. Because on those days, it's the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, and then it's the All-Star games. So that whole day, you can kick it, do whatever you want, dress up, be out there in the media, because you don't have to put that stuff on and come back out here and then go back to sleep and wake up. See, now it's a grind instead of just kicking it. So that's the whole thing. I think they just out there kicking it. They don't really care about it. You know what I'm saying?
I think one way to make the dunk contest more interesting is I still love the dunk contest. I mean, for people who said it was dead, it's not dead. If it was dead, we wouldn't have had those two back-to-back.
Dead, but
we wouldn't have had those 2 back-to-back performances by Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon.
Right.
I think you just have to have guys who are more creative. And I think the best way to bring the dunk contest back is I think you have to, NBA players for one, I think they take pride in their game.
They do.
So I think what I would say do is let's have some of these professional dunkers go against the NBA.
Yep. I agree.
That's the one way where I think where you might start to get some, whoa, nah, fam. Like, I get y'all do this little dunky duck, but like, we do this for real, you know. So
and to
I
expand on that,
think that'll be a way to bring out those Ja Morants and those guys.
and to expand on that, I like that. I like that. But I think you should do 3 college players, 3 non-NBA players, and then 3 NBA players.
I don't know about.
And then
I don't know how the college works. Well, I guess it's NIL money, so I don't. Well, the college.
They don't have to get paid.
College already have their dunk contests.
I get it. No, the actual NCAA and whatever, they'll have theirs, but
you have to be a senior.
yeah, but you could be a good dunker coming out here, and what it is you can win money to go back to your college or win it towards your scholarship. Like, be smart with this. We could be paying for these young fellas' futures for dunking, but you have, like, are the NBA players going to get shown up by these college dudes who's at the peak of their prime right now who could jump out the gym? Or these off-court guys who don't really hoop for a living, but they could dunk out the gym? Who going to win? College, off-court, on-court?
I kind of like the
or make it a
college.
celebrity one, because, you know, we got some football players who could dunk, too. Something like that.
I would definitely like to see a celebrity. That would be dope. One guy who is a celebrity who lives in New York is Saquon Barkley. He's looking at possibly franchise tag possible, or looking at getting a big deal. He's looked at as a big part of that New York Giants offense and probably a premier back, something similar to Adrian Peterson. Do you think we'll ever get back to that point to where really outside of him and Derrick Henry, you don't have many other teams where their running back spearhead their team or spearhead their offense? You think the NFL will ever get back to that point where you had guys like Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, who spearheaded their offense, and they were basically a catalyst, you know, or their franchise player? You think we'll ever get back to that point?
Yes.
I mean, because you have like terrific running backs, guys like Aaron Jones, but Aaron Rodgers is the man.
Right.
You have Josh Jacobs, but Derek Carr, he's not there anymore, but Derek Carr was the man. Back then, I mean, yeah, you had, I guess Troy Aikman's a different exception, but when you look at Walter Payton was the man. Barry Sanders, you know what I'm saying, was the man. It wasn't necessarily geared so much around the quarterback. You think we'll ever get back to that point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think every team, every year, and like I said, even sometimes every generation, you want to call generational players, we're going to find a Derrick Henry type person, a small version of almost a AP, because I can't say Barry Sanders because he was just a freak of nature, but there are 8 APs and like this rise and stuff like that, you know, and coming out of college, some of these guys are just getting bigger, faster, and better, and that's just coming up with the evolution of the game. So, you know, if we seen some of the greatest players that we've ever seen come up and do what they doing, I think it's only going to get bigger and better. Like, you got to really think, like, Tyler Henry is probably the best, you know, Derrick Henry, you know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry's probably one of the best at his position, and, you know, there's people in college, like, looking up to that, like, I'm going to be him.
Yeah.
You know, and think about, like, the next 3 years of these big guys coming out, like, I can see them, but I can see them leading a team, because in order to say that, it's like, that's saying like everybody has a good quarterback. There's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be looking for somebody to just run their offense until they can find a quarterback, or, you know, maybe that is their offense. I just look at some of these offensive coordinators, new ones coming in, some of them leaving, going different places, and when they get to running their schemes, who knows? This might be it, because initially, I mean, like you said, Aaron Rodgers is the man over there, but, you know, when he leaves, shit, Jones might be the premier player on that team. Who knows? But
I doubt it. Probably love.
Who knows is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The reason I say who knows is not necessarily off of Love's performance. Maybe, you know, because Matt LaFleur, he likes to run that zone offense, so he runs a lot. That's kind of, you know, what got him and Aaron Rodgers button heads a little bit, because of how he wants to run. So with that being said, you know, there's going to be a little bit, but he's no Aaron Rodgers, so they might run more. You know what I'm saying? Different play schemes, styles, stuff like that. I can see it. I can see it coming up more and more.
As overall as the NFL, no, I don't think we'll be going back to that anytime soon, because the NFL is a very copycat league, And as of right now, Patrick Mahomes is going to be good for at least another 7 to 10 years. And I feel like players are going to be trying to emulate what they're doing in Kansas City. And I feel like that's just where the NFL is. The NFL right now, they make a ton of money and offense sells. Mm-hmm. And, you know, having the big-time quarterback, and that seems to be the way to win right now. If you can get a rookie quarterback that's really, really good on his rookie deal, and you can have that extra money to surround him with pieces. And running backs have simply, I feel like, become, I don't want to say interchangeable.
No, dime a dozen. They are.
I'm not going to say that because having a very good running back makes a huge difference. But it's just seems there's so many good running backs out there.
A dime a dozen.
Where it lets a team like Chicago let go of a guy like a David Montgomery who's really, really good, but you can let him go because you have Khalil Herbert,
right?
And you got
five, six other That's what I'm saying. But no disrespect, but a dime a dozen.
I don't think it's gonna be happening anytime soon. But we will see.
I always think them games are won in the trenches. You know what I mean? Because look, I mean, there was a lot of throwing in the Super Bowl, but that game was primarily won on the ground. Like that to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. One thing we got to talk about, salute, man. West Side homie, Pat Bev.
Back home, baby.
Pat Bev came back home, man. The Chicago Bulls, Patrick Beverly effect. The Chicago Bulls won 131-87.
Sneaky old Nets.
Patrick Beverly had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 29 motherfuckers. Also, the brother Kevin Love, formerly of the Minnesota Timberwolves, he got signed by the Miami Heat.
Cavaliers.
Nah, yeah, from the Cleveland Club, but he, originally, because we're in Wisconsin, we're close. I'm pretty sure we got some Minnesota fans out there, but he played for originally from the Timberwolves, but he ended up going to the Miami Heat. He's actually on the injured list right now with hyperextended knee. But I think come playoff time, Kevin Love can be big for them. Big man that can stretch. He's a veteran. Absolutely love Kevin Love, man. Dealt with some mental health issues. I've been watching him since high school when he was a chubby kid out there in Cali. He was in Cali or Oregon. I'm sorry, I watched so much basketball. But his uncle, I believe, was one of the Beach Boys or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beach Boys.
Yeah. Big Kev Law fan, man. But Pat Bev, huge Pat Bev. Happy you back home. Golden Dome legend, man. So had to give a shout out to Pat Bev. But moving right along, why not be a little messy? We old heads, man. We could be a little messy, right? So I had to ask, y'all out there, let us know, who do you think has played with more talent throughout their career? Kevin Durant or LeBron James? Who do you think has played with more? I'll kick it off. LeBron has played with Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, Chris Bosh,
Ray Allen.
No. Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, and Big Z. Big Z. If you guys Adrunas Androwskis. He was an all-star.
So was Ray Allen.
No, he wasn't. But we'll talk about that. Then we'll go Kevin Durant. So that's 6. Kevin Durant, he's played with Serge Ibaka, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Steven Adams, Ben Simmons, and Russell Westbrook. Now, actually, I would take out Steven Adams. I'll still leave in him.
But you missing 2 people too. You're missing 2 other people.
Who am I missing?
Chris Paul.
And Devin Booker.
And Chris
Paul and Devin Booker. Yeah, I did. That's my bad. That's fresh, yeah. So we take out Adams, give him Chris Paul, Devin Booker. Who's played with more talent?
KD,
Durant
man.
or Kevin
KD,
LeBron?
KD.
So why do you think Kevin Durant doesn't get the same treatment LeBron gets?
Because of how he goes about switching his teams.
How does he go about it?
Well, all right.
KD. This is the thing. LeBron has never asked for a trade.
That is true. But when LeBron's tenure was up, he went right down to Miami, and that was the frown people gave to him. But the thing about KD is KD went to the team that beat him and came back and beat them in the playoffs. That's unheard of. To go to the team that beat you in the playoffs, and matter of fact, they were up. They were up, and these motherfuckers came back and beat you. Came back and beat you. And then you like, you know what? I like what y'all I like what y'all got going on over here. Let me come play with y'all. You never really heard of a superstar going to the team that beat them in the playoffs. Put it like that. To a team that beat them and won it, but they had more success than him. He basically just piggybacked to me. I mean, granted, he went over there and he did his thing, and I'll take nothing away from him because he went over there and was probably leading in points and everything, but they were winning before he got there. I gotta go with KD and what team he went to. LeBron went to another team in the East, was just like, hey, my guy over here. This dude went to like the ops. Like, that's tough. That's a little tough. But I think he's overall played with more talent. LeBron, the reason I give LeBron the better of it because LeBron was taking teams that didn't deserve to be there. You know what I'm saying? He was taking teams that had no business being in the finals. Teams that had no other stars, no bench, taking them that way. And then after that, he was like, you know what? I couldn't get it. Went out there, go get it, and then came back home and got his home team a championship. Meanwhile, KD, he just seeing who to win. He ain't really got no loyalty to nobody, it feels like. I just watched how this Nets team broke up. It don't really seem like nobody had no loyalty over there. So LeBron's known for making dynasties and getting people there where, KD's just known, I guess, for just coming in, shaking things up, getting a lot of points, even get you there and leaving. So that's why KD probably doesn't get held in the same regards as LeBron. LeBron's out here setting legacy on points, and like KD they just trying to figure out their situation right now. It ain't really about winning to me. It ain't winning. He come in and does his thing. He's a great player when he really wants to.
I mean, but if Kevin, and this is my opinion, if he doesn't win a ring with this team, I think
it's him.
I'm not gonna.
If you don't win it with this team,
I'm not gonna say it's him.
With this team though.
But I'm gonna say that this will probably be his biggest disappointment. I would say in Brooklyn, they had a lot of potential, but when you looked at, they never really had an opportunity to see how good that team was going to be because they didn't play long enough. So yeah, it sucks, but I don't look at that as he never really had a fair shake. It never for whatever reason, the basketball guys didn't want that team to line up. With this team, I think with the way the West is constructed this year, I love Denver. I still don't know how far they can go in the West. I mean, come playoff time, I still don't know if Jokic can get them over the hump just yet. Because Jokic is still young.
Murray back.
I know Murray's back.
That's what they was missing.
I get it. Aaron Gordon's having a terrific year. A lot of people
finally healthy.
A lot of people felt like he should have been an all-star this year. Get all of that. But yeah. So I think this is the year that Phoenix, with a healthy KD, like they could definitely pull it off. But in my opinion, I think it's clear if you take the emotions out of it, not you, but like people out there, Kevin Durant has played with more talent than LeBron James. He deserves, I wouldn't say just as much criticism because LeBron has definitely done some suspect things, but Kevin Durant definitely deserves some criticism for playing with so much talent but not necessarily having the rings. mean, he has the accolades.
What, for just scoring though?
I mean, that's kind of a big deal.
No, I get it. I know I get it,
but
but like
ever since KD's been in the league, he's been a top 10 player ever since he's been in the league.
no,
And
I
for
don't
most
dispute
of
that.
it, he's been top 5.
But to me, I feel
if
like
not top 3.
a lot of his accolades come a lot off a lot of scoring. But mind you, we're talking about a 7-foot guy though, you know.
Yeah, but KD defense has gotten better.
But
He's a
LeBron,
terrific help defender.
but LeBron, he's known as a two-way.
Yeah, not really.
But he plays more. To me, he plays better defense than KD does sometimes.
I don't know. I don't know right now. I don't know right now.
LeBron plays the lanes. He gets blocks. He gets steals. Where KD, he gets a couple steals. He doesn't play the lane too well, but he gets big blocks sometimes. Like he get his hands over there.
Yeah, he's a good help. Larry Bird wasn't a great defender. Larry Bird was a good help defender. I put Kevin Durant in that same category. He's a terrific help defender. He knows how to use his length. He's not lazy. He's not a lazy defender.
Do you put KD on your best player though? So if I'm coming in and I got the best player on my team,
it all depends on who it is.
LeBron. You putting KD on LeBron?
Yeah, I'll put KD on LeBron.
You putting KD on Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
You putting him on Tatum?
Yes. Depending on who else. It depends on who else I have on my team.
You putting him on Harden?
No, probably not.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. Now LeBron James, you putting him on Jimmy?
Yeah, but that's different.
I'm just saying, it's not. It's just
different. It all depends because we've also seen where LeBron doesn't take the best player.
We've seen him switch off.
We've seen it.
We've seen it.
You know?
But that wasn't necessarily the best player. That was just the ball handler to me.
I mean, we've seen it with.
I've seen him switch off the ball handlers. Yeah, I've seen it.
But
we watched him lose the finals doing that.
But hey, y'all let us know out there how y'all feel about that. But I think it's pretty clear, man. If you take the emotions out of it, Kevin Durant has played with far more talent than LeBron James. I know a lot of people like throwing like Ray Allen and this and that. Notice the players that I name. When you play, I've named players that they played with in their prime. Yes, LeBron played with Ray Allen, but by that time, Ray Allen was basically a role player. He was a wide open 3-point shooter. Absolutely.
But he wasn't part of the original starting five.
But that's like saying LeBron played with Derrick Rose in Cleveland.
I mean, he did.
Right.
He did.
Right.
Definitely got to put him up there.
Right, but when you're talking about all these stars he played with, you can't put Derrick Rose in that category.
But he also played with Shaq.
Right, but you also have to look at in the context of when he played with Shaq.
I know.
That's all I'm saying. But you have a lot of people that say, well, he played with Shaq. Okay, but when he played with Shaq? He played with Shaq when Shaq was how old? Shaq was far past his prime. That, in my opinion, like that doesn't really count. That's not the same thing as having like a big three. That's not the same thing as playing with a D Wade and a Chris Bosh in their prime. That's not the same as playing with a Kyrie and a Kevin Love in their prime. So that's why I say talent when we talk about that. But talent, man. Today I already told y'all top 10 point guards of all time, man. You already know how we gonna do this. I'm gonna name somebody, he gonna name somebody, and we just gonna keep it going. Y'all let us know y'all list out there, man. At number 10, NBA top 10 point guards of all time, Old Heads edition. At number 10, I had to go with Luka. Already, Luka Magic, man. Luka Doncic at number 10 all time, and I'm pretty sure he will be rising. But I had to go with Luka, man, at number 10. Luka right now been in the league 5 years. He's been to All-Star game 4 times, averaging over 33 a game this year, but has a career average of 27.5, 8.6 assists, and 8.6 rebounds and 8 assists. Number 10 all-time Luka Magic point guard. Let's get it.
Shit, coming in number 10 for me, man, D Rose. D Rose, man. D Rose is always gonna be up there for me, man. Top number. Cause man, he was the best to ever do it, man. Injuries fucked him up, man. D Rose coming in number 10, man, just for me. D Rose always gonna be up there for me.
He not top 10.
He is top 10 to me. D Rose is probably one. If injuries wouldn't have struck him the way they struck him, man, he should have a chip under his belt, and he should have another 2 healthy ass years of him balling at a high rate, man. He's always gonna be up there with me because it was I shoulda, woulda, coulda. I gotta put one up there, man.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna get questioned for one. Might as well make it number 10. Might as well make it number 10. 10 D Rose, man.
This guy. Fine. 10 D Rose, I guess.
Yep.
Number 9 for me, I had to go with the man from South Africa, Steve Nash. Yes, he's from South Africa. Google it, man. Johannesburg. He that dude. That's why he's good in soccer. Steve Nash, Hall of Famer, 2-time MVP, 5-time assist champ, career average of 14.3 points, 3 rebounds, 8.5 assists. Also 7-time All-NBA. One of the greatest shooters of all time. Phenomenal shooter. I believe he's a part of that
50-40 some club.
Yeah, 50-40-90 club. Great from mid-range,
free
3-point shot, free throw. I used to actually get in trouble at my mom's house late at night, sitting up ESPN trying to watch Santa Clara games, trying to watch Steve Nash because they compared him to John Stockton coming out of Santa Clara. But outside of the defensive side, he pretty much John Stockton, man. So Steve Nash, number 9, man. Salute. I don't know if he should have won both those MVPs, one for sure. But
one of them had to go to Kobe, man. They played.
The other one could have possibly went to the Diesel. But anyway, man, Steve Nash, man, salute, man. Got your number 9 all the time. Who you got, Hendo, number 9?
Russell Westbrook, Mr. Triple Double, coming in at number 9, man.
Okay. I like Brody. That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick at all. Number 8, I had to go with somebody else I used to watch in college, man. Go look at Jason Kidd. I don't know how you can see it, but look at his college passes. And I bullshit you not, is one pass he threw where he fools the cameraman.
Yeah. They shook him and shit. Yeah, he went over there.
And I would never forget. They kept showing it when they was doing the NBA draft that year, and they was talking about him. But he threw the ball one way, and I bullshit. The cameraman went completely the other way.
They lost.
He had no clue where the ball was. But I had to put Jason Kidd at number 8, man. Absolutely one of my favorite players of all time. I think one thing a lot of people don't talk about Jason Kidd is his all-around game. He's up there as far as triple doubles,
rebounds.
Oh yeah,
he's very underrated.
Phenomenal rebound.
He was one of the best rebounding point guards of his time.
Average over 6 rebounds per game as a point guard.
That's tough.
Big point guard too. 6'4", 5-time assist champ. Also won Rookie of the Year. 9-time All Defense is one thing I loved about Jason Kidd. And
do mind you, when we talking about rebounds, this was a time when rebounding against the big would get you elbowed. These guys was throwing bows. I'm talking about getting rebounds was tough in this era.
Absolutely.
And to average 6, that's a huge feat.
Yeah, love Jason Kidd, man. But I had him at number 8 all time. Also, a lot of people might not know he's top 15 in 3-pointers made all time. Toward the end of his career, really became a really good spot-up shooter. So
his percentages were good,
Yeah, Jason Kidd at number 8. Who you got at 8, Hendo?
The glove, Gary Payton, man.
Okay.
Gary Payton was, man, defensively, he's probably one of the best point guards you could have on your team. He could spot up, he could go to the hole, he could shoot, he could do everything. The only thing that stopped Gary Payton from getting the ring was Michael Jordan. Otherwise, Gary should have left out on a better note with a ring. I think he did. He ended up getting a ring later in his career with the Heat.
Yeah. Was
it Heat? Yeah. With D Wade and them.
Yeah.
D Wade and Shaq.
Yep.
But he should have had 2.
I can't. At number 7, I had the glove. Only reason why I put Gary Payton over Jason Kidd is I always felt like Gary Payton was a better scorer. I felt like he had a better mid-range game, solid for mid-range, and I always felt like he was a better scorer, better defender. As much as good as defender Jason Kidd was, Gary Payton is probably the greatest point guard defender of all time. I really liked Isaiah too. Isaiah was a good defender as well. But 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-NBA, one-time Steal champ, 9-time All-Defense. One of the few guards to ever win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So I got Gary Payton at number 7. Who you got, Hendo 7?
I actually had Jason Kidd.
Pretty much interchangeable. Pretty much interchangeable.
And the only reason I had him a little higher over Gary Payton was because of his shooting. I liked his defense too, but it was the shooting and the rebounding in that time, in that era, that did it for me. Because like I said, man, getting those type of rebounds consistently with, even guys on your team that were big, Kenyon Martin and everybody who's just freaks of nature who can grab the ball whenever and shit.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's big. Number 6, I got point guard, man. Chris Paul. I had to go Chris Paul at number 6. One thing I love about Chris Paul, even though he doesn't have a ring, he has made an impact everywhere he has been, and a profound impact everywhere he has been. And I think for me, that just shows how good a player really is. 12-time All-Star, 5-time assist champ, 6-time steal champ, Rookie of the Year, 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defense, point guard, man, and number 6. Even though he hasn't won a ring, everywhere he has been, he has made a huge impact. So I had to go with point guard, number 6, Chris Paul.
Coming in as number 6 for me, Steve Nash. I had Steve Nash up higher. Steve Nash is just a dog. He had probably some of the best handles and some of the best passes I had seen in a long time, consistently. I mean, we're not just talking about every once in a while flashy passes. Everything was between the legs, bounce passes between the legs. He could find you in the dark. This guy used to go around college dribbling a tennis ball.
Yeah, he did.
And that's just how he used to do, as well as playing soccer. So, man, I don't know. He was just overall, he was great with them handles. To me, he should have got a ring too, but he ran into another great legend, Kobe.
Yeah.
So, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. Number 5, top 5 point guards all time. But number 5, I want Walt Frazier. I love Walt game. Horrible dresser now. Used to dress in the 70s. Walt, come holler at us, man. I would love for you to come on Old Heads, man. But Walt Frazier, 18.9 points. Another good rebounder, 5.9 rebounds for his career. Long ago with 6 assists. I had to put him in the top 10 because of the 2 rings.
Right.
2-time NBA champ, 6-time All-NBA, 7-time All-Star, 2-time player, 2-way player, 7-time All-Defense as well. So, yeah, All-Star game MVP to 74-75. I actually watched that. But, yeah, Walt Frazier, man. Had to have him in my top 5. I love Walt game. Who you got 5? Top 5?
Tony Parker. T-Pizzle. Hey, a lot of people don't like Tony game, man, but hey, Tony ran a very good system.
I get it.
He's successful.
It's the French toast, people.
T-Pizzle.
That explains it.
French loaf. French loaf.
That explains it. The French toast and the French loaf. I get it.
Tony was a competitor.
I'm not bad at you.
Tony was a competitor, man. Tony would take on, and at his time, I think his biggest fear was Chauncey Billups. And Chauncey was giving him a run, but Tony was consistent, man. He ran a stern ship. He knew where the ball was going. He was great at passing. Had a decent little jump shot. 3 could have been a little better. But he worked a good system, and he worked it to death. And he knew how to utilize his tools around him. And as of that, he was a successful player for many years. Many years.
Very underrated finishing at the rim. I believe one year he might have led the league in points in the paint. For a point guard, that's absolutely absurd. But yeah, I like Tony. I wouldn't put him in my top 10.
Well, my top 5. My top 5.
Yeah,
he come in number 5.
I'm definitely not doing that. But I respect it. At number 4, I had to go with Zeke, man. Another hometown native, Chicago native, Isaiah Thomas, assist champ, 2-time NBA champ, 12-time All-Star, 2-time All-Star game MVP, as well as Finals MVP, 19 points for his career, 9.3 assists, 3.6 rebounds. One of the best little big man of all time. Also averaged 1.9 steals. Isaiah did it on both ends of the court. That performance he put on in the finals on a bum ankle was just still one. If you haven't seen it, go look at Isaiah ankle in the finals on YouTube. One of the only players 6 feet under actually lead their team to an actual championship.
Yeah.
Not anyone. No, I don't think anyone else has said. I mean, Cousy maybe, but Kuz still had Russell.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he's the only one 6 feet under to lead their team to a championship. So yeah, I had to go Zeke, man, at number 4. You got Hendo rounding this out real quick. Got a few minutes, you guys, and we're gonna be wrapping this up.
Number four. Let me put Stockton there. I'm gonna put Stockton at number 4 right now.
Okay.
Old John Stockton, leader in all assists, man.
Okay.
If you need to pass to get through somewhere, you gotta look John way, man.
Okay. Number 3, I had to go with, of course, Big O. Oscar Robertson at number 3. What more can you say about the guy? 25.7 points, 7.5 rebounds, 9.5 assists for his career. Big O was absolutely a pioneer as far as big guards, 6'5", 205. 3-time All-Star Game MVP, Rookie of the Year, 12-time All-Star, 6-time assist champ, was the MVP of the league in 63, 64. Absolutely, you got some people that say he was the best player to ever play. One of the great quotes I ever heard from Oscar Robertson was his team. He said he didn't know what a triple-double was. He literally said, he said, I didn't know when they told me I did it. He said, doesn't everybody do this?
Right.
He said, no, Oscar, that's something only you do. But yeah, Oscar Robertson, man, I had to put him in my top 3. Who you got?
Oh, coming in at number 3.
Yes, sir.
Coming in at number 3. I'm going to put Zeke at number 3.
Okay.
I give Zeke number 3. Zeke was one of the only point guards that I would know that I watched really ball on a real bad ankle and give 120% on one leg and still was scoring buckets in a playoff game. That man had number dog in him. Only thing I ain't like would have was his little episode with Mike, man. That's my only grudge I hold against Zeke. Other than that, he's probably one of the best point guards that ever played the game.
I can't agree anymore. Number 2, second greatest point guard of all time, Sir Light-Skinness himself, Steph Curry.
Yep.
I gotta go with Steph number 2, man.
That's my number 2 as well, man.
Okay.
It's 2-time it in.
Yeah, 2-time. Hey, might as well. 2-time scoring champ. 9-time All-Star. Also steal champ. A lot of people forget about that. All-rookie team, All-Star game MVP, 2-time MVP, Western Conference MVP, greatest shooter of all time, man. Not as bad a defender, I think, as people might you know what I'm saying, say it might be his only deficiency. But yeah, Steph Curry, I mean, you can put him, he's just really a guard. I don't really like to put him in that point guard category, but he is that team's point guard. I mean,
right.
Draymond can definitely, you know what I'm saying, he can definitely bring it up, but when it comes to actually getting the offense started and you know, bringing the ball up.
He initiates the offense.
Yeah, he initiates that offense. He's such a big part of it. But I got Steph at 2, man. I'm pretty sure we probably got who's number 1 for you?
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic, man.
Yeah.
We can talk about a lot of big point guards that were successful, but I've never seen a point guard label at 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", and be that successful. He was a literally dog at that position. He's the most dominant center or dominant point guard that was shaped like a center.
Played center.
He played every position.
Yeah,
he played 1 through 5.
His rookie year, in the finals.
1 through 5. He had to take over for Kareem.
Yeah. 19.5 points, 7.2 rebounds, 11.2 assists for his career, which was cut short by him contracting HIV. But pretty sure y'all knew that. But 4-time assist champ, 10-time All-NBA, 3-time MVP, 2-time steal champ, 2-time All-Star Game MVP, 12-time All-Star, 5-time champ. The reason why I have Magic as the greatest point guard of all time is because we've never seen anything like him. LeBron is probably the closest thing. LeBron has actually probably surpassed Magic.
Maybe if Victor, however Victor might show up, he might come in and show us different.
Nah, Victor won't be a point guard.
I said the same thing, but he might.
Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it.
Who knows?
I doubt it. But yeah, Magic Johnson, we both had him in number 1, the GOAT of GOATs of point guards. And episode 41, man, you already know how we gonna end this, man. Our brother B.I. is in here, so we'll have to go ahead and kick it off, Hendo. What time is it?
Trade yourself.
Trade yourself. If you don't know what trade yourself is, your first time checking us out, trade yourself is basically a nice way. We normally try to keep it to sports figureheads. We normally try to keep it to them, but trade yourself is basically a nice way of telling somebody, fuck you. Or basically, you won't know what, you need to stop the way you acting right now, and you need to go pray, and you need to go ask God, you won't know what. Can you trade the person I am? Trade me in for a new person. So instead of telling somebody F you, you can need to go tell them, you won't know what, you need to go trade yourself. That could be your kid, that can be your husband, your wife, your co-worker, who knows, but who need to trade themselves this weekend though?
Man, the All-Star game. Trade yourself, man.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm so sick of seeing these lackluster ass games. It's crazy because I think this is the only event where all the sub-events is bigger than the main event.
Facts. Facts.
And do something about that shit, man. Make that shit interesting. Make that shit more interesting one year, man, so we can watch that shit and have fun again.
Facts. I will have to agree. Trade yourself, man. Y'all brothers out there, I get, man, come fourth quarter, man, like, let's put out an effort, man. Like, people paying good money, man. Like, I understand, that first half you want to give people a show, but come on, man. Like, you have some pride, put some effort into what you're doing, man. Y'all two good athletes, man, and can't worry about getting hurt, man. I feel like that's when I'm nowhere near the athlete you guys are, but when you think about getting hurt, that's when you get hurt. When you go out there and play, a lot of times the thing works out for the best. But we do want you guys to keep our brother B.I. in your prayers. He's going through one of his good buddies is going through something right now, not doing well. So let's send him some good energy to his buddy out there. Let's send him some good uplifting words. But yeah, brother B.I., look out for him. Hopefully we'll be seeing him tonight, a little bit after the show. But also, it is Saturday night. We need you guys to go down to Press Break, downtown across Wisconsin. Get you something good to eat. They got the cheesy beef. They got the cheesy nachos. They are from Chicago. So, man, go check them out. Go check out the boy Snipes. Go tell them, fuck the Packers, go Bears, all that good stuff. And also, King KO. We got all this snow here. If you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, King KO Car Wash. They will get you right. They will get your car looking brand new. Get all that salt, all that stuff off of there. And man, if you already know Saturday nights you ain't doing nothing, please download the Bump That Radio app. Download Bump That Radio. It's on Google, it's on iTunes. Bump That Radio, man. Trying to bring music back like how it used to be. But hey, man, episode 41. We are in the building trying to hustle and motivate. Like I say, brother over here, Clean. We have the event we going to tonight, Black Excellence event. So we gotta go in here, shake these hands, man, and show our face, and talk some sports. So let people know we're in the building. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Keep rocking with us. We got more merchandise coming out. Oh, we actually got the Black History sweatshirts that just got printed out. Please, man, if you're interested, check us out, man. We got the Black History sweatshirts. These are $35, man. Check us out, man. The Black History sweatshirts. If you want one, DM me, man. You can check us out on YouTube under Chendo, Chehendo, Chendo, or also Old Heads on YouTube, or Facebook, man. Check us out on Facebook, man. Please go check out our page, Old Head Sports Podcast on Facebook. We're also Old School versus New School on Instagram. So, man, trying to hustle and motivate. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. I'm your co-host, O'Milly, a.k.a. Mr. Rello, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. O'Milly, all that good stuff. I'm going to let you go ahead and tell them out.
Hey, man. Also, man, all this snow and the salt getting on your shoes, man. If you don't need them restored, if you need them clean, man, go down and see my guy, man. Focus at Breath of Fresh, man. Shoe restores, and he has his own shoes. You looking for some nice dunks, something to step out when the good little time, when the snow go away, make sure you go check out my man JV. He over at the Closet, man, over on 5th and King, I think Suite 128. Go check him out if you want some new shoes. Let me get a rest in heaven for my guy Tony Walter, man. Another brother taken way too soon, man. Hey, I'll see you when I get up there, brother. Hold it down till I see you next, man. But until then, man, Hendo G, man, a.k.a. French Loaf, man. Fuck with us, man. Keep checking out on YouTube. Like they say on there, subscribe, man. Let us know you love us, man. Check us out, man. Got some more of these sweaters, Jukin. We got some more color schemes for y'all, man. Make sure you come shop with us, man. There's some good merch, and it's going fast. But, hey, much love, baby. Hendo G, Old Heads. We out.
We out.
Giddy.